Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. It is E3, and as always, as customary with E3, I have my good friend Eric here with me. Say hello.
How's it going?
And we're going to wrap up E3 and the big press conferences, and boy, is there a lot to wrap up. I watched everything except for the PC conference, which was 2.5 hours, and evidently it sucked.
Yeah, I couldn't have cared less about that. Not my thing.
Yeah, I enjoy PC gaming, but I'm usually more of a console gamer. And don't get me started on the stupid fucking console wars where the PC gamers act like they're better than people who play video games on consoles.
Oh, God,
because they don't realize that there's advantages to playing on a fucking console.
You know, I use a MacBook because, with, editing photos and everything. So I use a Mac. I don't even have a PC, and I don't even fucking care to have one. I remember I had one back in the day, and just trying to play a game on it was a nightmare. So I've always been a console guy, and I always will be. That's not going to change.
Yeah, okay. What do you want to do first? Do you want to do them in the order that they happened, or do you want to do the big three and then do the others?
I would say do the big three.
Okay. In that case, let's start off with Microsoft. First off, I think this was Microsoft's best show since before they showed the Kinect as Project Natal all those years ago.
It was a really good conference.
I have a major problem with it, but yeah, this was what they needed to do. They didn't mention the Kinect one single time. They didn't mention TV. They didn't mention Last.fm or the NFL or anything else that gamers there are not going to give a fuck about.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kinect is dead. They realize, the TV thing works. There's really not much else to talk about on it. I mean, they covered pretty much what it does. You connect your cable box to your Xbox, and hey, it works. So I don't really, luckily they didn't have to tell us that twice. I mean, yeah. This year they focused on games, which is exactly what they should have, and I thought it was a great conference. I mean, the big thing with announcing backwards compatibility that's going to be, right now there's a few games, and then in the fall it's going to expand considerably. I think that's huge.
Yeah, and Sony needs to take note and do this.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of things where they said, this is a big move by Microsoft, and now everyone's going to kind of look towards Sony and say, hey, people want this. This has been something that, I wanted. I have both, and I'm extremely happy that they're doing backwards compatibility for the Xbox One.
Yeah, Sony would come out and steal their thunder, but we'll get to that next. We've got to talk about Microsoft. Microsoft, they had a great show. My one problem with this show is that they showed, 18 games or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and probably 12 of those games they had no gameplay for. That kind of irked me.
Yeah, I remember before E3 started, I was wondering if this was going to be one of those years. You know how it kind of goes every couple of years where you get that one year that most of the stuff is just big CG trailers for hey, we're announcing this game, next year we're going to show gameplay. Yeah,
and I wanted to see gameplay on ReCore because that was a cool trailer,
Yeah, I'm a massive Gears of War fan, so I know they had said hey, we're gonna do one, a long time ago for the Xbox. So I'm waiting, and then it was a trailer, and it's oh well, it's coming out holiday of 2016. I was I was hoping for a little bit more of it.
Yeah, they did show a little bit of gameplay though in that.
Yeah,
one,
but
so
you have to wonder if that was really the game,
Yeah, you do. Is it just me, or did the two characters in the supposed gameplay of Gears of War look a little bit skinnier and a little bit less bulky than we're usually used to seeing from that series?
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to change it up pretty good. They want to distance themselves from, what the hell's that guy's name? Cliff or something. Cliffy B. Yeah, hilarious little fucking turd. I think they want to distance themselves a little bit from what he did, which is a good idea, but still keep the core gameplay intact.
Yeah, and that I don't even know why I noticed that. I was like, are those characters skinnier than they used to be? So kind of a funny thing to notice, but yeah, backwards compatibility was huge. I love that they're adding that into the Xbox One. It sounds like they're going to implement it slowly over time, so it sounds to me like they're going to gradually make more and more games available for purchase on...
That's what it sounds like, yeah. They're just going to be updating and updating, adding more and more and more.
And eventually you'll be able to stick your Xbox 360 game into the Xbox One, and it'll go, hey, you own this game, you get a free download.
Right, which is awesome. I mean, that's huge. No matter how, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah, the one thing that I worry about with doing that is I have a lot of Xbox 360 games. I think everybody has a lot of Xbox 360 games. So if I put them all on my hard drive, that's going to eat up space real fucking quick,
Yeah. I know one thing, with both systems, the Sony and the Xbox, the hard drives on them, on these consoles leave a lot to be desired. I mean, using the external hard drives is pretty much a necessity.
They're both in a better position with that kind of shit than the Wii U is.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I do is,
gig.
If I play a game, I'll delete it off my console. All my saves are on there, and then it takes no time to load the fucker back on. So, if I want to get back on a game, but that's kind of how I just free up space.
Yeah, let's see what else did they show. ReCore looked cool. Gears of War looked cool. They showed Halo.
Halo looks. Last Halo game sucked. I thought it was
Halo 4.
Yeah, Halo 4 was not good. It kind of even went no fanfare, but Halo 5 looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, I have not played Halo 4. I haven't played the series past Reach, so I can't say if Halo 4 sucked or not. But
go ahead.
I was impressed with the gun sounds in this Halo gameplay that they showed.
Yeah.
The gun sounds beefy, a lot beefier than the older Halo games, and I like that because it will make them feel more powerful when you fire them and be more fun to fire because of that.
It looks great. I mean, I'm really excited for it. It looks different enough and innovative to where it's not the exact same thing. I think they kind of learned with putting Halo 4 out that it was they tried to the different plan or whatever. It just did not work.
Yeah, I like this having two characters thing because that gives me the idea that there will be couch co-op in it, like split screen co-op.
Yeah, right.
And I love split screen co-op.
Oh man, that's so old school. I love it.
And I hope to God they put that in the game. Let's see, what else did they show?
I thought Forza, the new Forza looked great.
Yeah, they brought out a what was it? A GT, a Ford GT.
Yeah.
And that car, I'd fuck that car. That thing was so sexy. I'm joking, but yeah, that car was awesome. But yeah, they didn't show any gameplay for that one, but it was a pretty trailer, that's for sure. One thing they announced that was really, really cool.
What's up, man?
Okay, am I recording? What was the last thing you heard me say?
We were talking about the car they brought out for Forza.
That was a Ford GT, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
That was one sexy looking car. I loved it. And the trailer was really, really pretty and cool. And I liked that too. Oh, one other thing I absolutely love that they did was the Rare collection.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Like, Rare has so many games going from the Nintendo 64, which there's some Nintendo 64 games and other stuff that they can't get back because they're Nintendo property. But there's a whole slew of other games that they did that are just phenomenal back then that I would love to have in one big-ass collection,
Oh, yeah, no, I think that's great.
So I'm definitely down for that, definitely excited for that.
I thought the the indie game Tacoma that was from the guys who did Gone Home, which was I can't remember the developer, Fulbright maybe, was that it?
That sounds right.
Yeah, they did Gone Home, which was really awesome. And Tacoma looked really cool. I mean, Xbox supporting indies is really good to see.
You know what I was happy to see, just because it's a change from the norm for them? They didn't show Call of Duty. They didn't begin or end with Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And this is someone I bought that last Call of Duty game that came out, the future one, just because I wanted something quick to be able to pick up and play for a little bit.
Future
I really
Warfare?
liked. Yeah, I really liked it. It's really fun, but it's nothing that, it's just one of those games that come out. You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, Call of Duty. I mean, there's at least some truth to the saying that it's the same thing every year.
It really is. You know exactly what you're going to get. I was perfectly happy with what I got. I like the game a lot. It's fun. I play the multiplayer, a little bit before I go to work, just so I, sit down and play something. So it's like I don't really need to see it at a press conference. They'll show these. And admittedly, Sony, I think they spend a little too much time on Call of Duty, but I don't know. They show so much of it, and each year it's like, oh, this is going to be the all different Call of Duty. And you're watching, it's like the same fucking thing,
Yeah, I tweeted about that. It's like, I tweeted about that when I was tweeting the press conference. I was like, man on stage, this is going to be completely different than any Call of Duty before. It looks the same as every Call of Duty before.
Well, and it's funny because Advanced Warfare, they're like, okay, this is future Call of Duty, and they're like, well, Black Ops 3, guess what? This is future Call of Duty, and it's all different. It's pretty much the way I think of it is Advanced Warfare is Bruce Jenner, and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is Caitlyn Jenner. It's the same fucking thing with a new coat of paint.
Yeah, and it's kind of been the same fucking thing with the new coat of paint over and over and over and over again since Modern Warfare 2.
But at the same time, like, hey, I might buy it on sale and have a lot of fun with it, like I did Advanced Warfare.
Yeah. I'm not knocking the series as a whole, but they've kind of gotten into a Madden style rut, and I would argue that Assassin's Creed has too.
That one I'm going to argue for because I love that series. I'm extremely excited for the new game.
Well, I've heard everybody in the whole gaming community seem to hate Unity.
I don't hate Unity. I like it. I mean, I understand why some people were upset, and I know this is getting off track. I understand why people were upset about it. It doesn't really innovate that much, but it's just a damn fun game. It was extremely buggy when it came out. There's no doubt about that. Like, they should not have released that game when they did
in that state. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it should have been. They should have put them, 6 months delay on that fucking thing.
Yeah, they're so the industry as a whole is so scared of releasing things not in October, November, December.
Yeah.
That they will release games that are broken in October, November, December instead of delaying them until they're working right.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Batman Arkham Knight. That was supposed to come out, in the fall, and they're like, hey, guess what? We're not quite there. We're going to delay it. It's coming out a couple weeks now.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 did the exact same thing.
And so did Grand Theft Auto 5. It got that, they delayed that. So it's like, they can't be afraid to delay a game. If you put, Unity, people stop, because of the bugs, people were so furious that there is a good game underneath that, Mm-hmm. It's a fun game. It doesn't really innovate. There's a lot of fun things to do in the game. Looking at the new one, it looks like, wow, they're really, turning the knob up to 11 as Spinal Tap would do. It looks really fucking cool.
Yeah. Getting back to Microsoft, what did you, what was the Rare game they announced? It looks like they're letting Rare be Rare for a change.
Yeah,
Is the pirate thing.
Yeah.
It looked kind of cool, but I'm a little bit reserved because it's been a long time since Rare's released anything that was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing,
Rare has become Sega for me. It's like, it holds in its name value these lofty expectations and memories, and you're like, wow, I remember this and this and this, but when you start to think about it, you're like, when the fucking last time they did anything that was worth a damn,
Yeah, so, I want to be optimistic, and I find it difficult to be optimistic about that game.
And the company, it's the name, but think about it, those great games from the past that came from Rare, how many of those people are still there?
Very, very few. And I saw people defending Rare by saying that the Killer Instinct game was good. I'm like, they didn't develop it.
No, they didn't.
Double Helix developed it.
I mean, I would like to see them get back to what they were. To be honest, that one is kind of like, I'm going to have to wait and see,
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Definitely, like, I'm going to have to wait and see. What else did they show? Oh, HoloLens. They showed HoloLens.
Yeah.
And the technology behind HoloLens is really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. I mean, this E3 was kind of, virtual reality. It's going to be, that's going to be the next thing. So
yeah, I have to wonder about what kind of applications it will have in gameplay, because they showed like the guy moving the Minecraft world and they didn't really do much else with it.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so what can I do with it in actual gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, of course, my mind's racing with all the, cool shit I can think of, but
yeah,
I hope it's as cool as they're promising, that's for
yeah,
sure.
the technology looks really, really cool. I just worry about developers not being able to apply it well.
Right. There was they showed a game called Ashen. I remember that one.
That was one of the indie games, and that looked interesting.
Yeah, like a third-person RPG.
Which I'm all about RPGs. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm let's playing an RPG right now, for God's sake. I'm let's playing Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh god, that's I think that I know this is off the topic again, but I was talking with my brother, and that it's either that or I can't remember what else is my all-time favorite game, but I remember I played Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know how many fucking times, over and over and over. I love that game so fucking much.
Yeah, so do I, dude. Knights of the Old Republic. If BioWare makes it, it'll probably be pretty damned amazing. I mean, I bought a bunch of their games and they've disappointed me once.
Yeah.
And that was Sonic Chronicles on the DS. Is that enough Microsoft? You want to talk Sony?
Yeah, what Microsoft, the only other thing they did was the hilariously expensive controller, but I don't really think much needs to be said about that.
Yeah, the controller looks cool, but I don't know if it's $150 worth of cool.
It's one of those things that it's like, if you have $150 laying around and you think that would be, extremely cool, then go for it, because it probably would be fucking cool. Hell, I'd like to have one, but I'm not going to spend that much money on it.
Yeah, it looks like a really slick controller, but
yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's not happening for me. But
I noticed that they didn't even mention the price at the conference. You had to find that out later.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they'd probably get booed if they had announced $150 price.
Yeah,
point.
Most of them have learned now that if you're announcing a price that's not below what people are expecting, that you're going to get booed for it. So it's not worth doing.
Yeah. Okay. Is that everything for Microsoft?
Yeah, I said it was a goddamn good conference. I mean, I thought
it was.
I thought they hit the ground. They did really good. I loved that it was just games.
Yeah, this is the first time in probably 6-7 years that I've watched a Microsoft conference where I was never bored by it.
Yeah, no, I thought, wow, this was really good. I was extremely happy with it, and it's exactly what I wanted from them. I love Microsoft. I love my Xbox. So hey, I'm perfectly happy with it.
Yeah, and then Sony.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did Sony come out firing?
Sony. Oh my God. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected, honestly.
It was 3 revelations that just blew the entire internet's mind. Like, we never saw this coming. They started off by showing gameplay. They haven't showed this game in 5-6 years, and they showed gameplay of The Last Guardian.
Yeah, Last Guardian.
I thought it was canned.
Yeah, so many rumors, and then them saying no, we saved it. They're still developing it. There was more rumors on this game, and it's ridiculous. It's becoming stuff of legend, going back and forth, and then for them to kick their conference off and actually kick the conference off with The Last Guardian with gameplay. That was pretty ballsy.
It was huge, and it was a massive deal. instantly got the entire internet's attention. Like, okay, we're paying attention to Sony's conference. They got some shit coming. This is going to be awesome. And
yeah, I mean, I read an article where a guy was saying how the demo had him worried because it's been so many years now. It's 7-8 years, and they showed the demo and there wasn't like anything super exciting. I just couldn't understand that. Like, I don't know what he wanted. That's exactly what I wanted from the game. It looks adorable. I'm sure there's going to be.
Yeah, it made me want a giant bird dog thing.
Yeah, like whatever that fucking thing is. Like, I mean, I want it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ride that thing to work. I want to ride that thing to Best Buy.
When I buy that game, if that damn bird dog thing dies at the end of it, I'm gonna have to go to therapy. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and it like anybody who's like, oh, this isn't action packed or this is slow or boring or whatever. Did you play Shadow of the Colossus and Ico?
Yeah, it's like
they are slow.
I just think when people say that if they don't have a button that fires a gun or throws a punch, they're not going to be happy. It's like, man, I want to play that game so bad. I could not give a fuck if I'm not shooting anybody.
Yeah, same here, dude. It looks like the slow, mesmerizing, intriguing, puzzle-filled world that the first two games in this series were.
It's that game you just want to
take your time with.
At midnight when everyone's asleep in the house, you want to get nice and close to the TV and sit and just play it and absorb yourself in it. It looks incredible. I am so fucking excited. Also, they announced a release. Hey, how about that?
Yeah, that's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Finally!
Hopefully.
For the PlayStation 4. Which I just picked up, by the way. I just bought one before this conference happened.
Yeah, once we're done, I want to talk to you about that thing. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it, but...
Yeah, well, we got to talk. And then they showed off a new IP, and we need new IPs. We always need new IPs. From Guerrilla Games.
What's that?
From Guerrilla Games. Who made the Killzone franchise.
Yeah, Guerrilla.
And it was called, what was it? Horizon Zero Dawn?
Something. It's been a long day and it's late and I can't remember the name of it, but it looked really cool.
It looked really, really cool. It looks like you're going up against these giant mechanical animal beasts.
Yeah, it's like...
And you're fighting them with bows and spears.
Yeah, it was like there's different kinds of arrows and the spears look, electric, and it looked awesome. That the boss fight that they showed was really cool.
And we appear to be moving further and further away from every game needs to be drab and brown and boring. Because this was full of color.
Yeah.
This was bright and colorful, and I loved that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought the character designs looked really cool for, like, post-apocalyptic, but, humanity starting to kind of pick back up. It looked really cool. Like, the designs, the world design from like the trailer that they showed with the different worlds looked really cool.
Yeah, I like. If I learned anything from playing Darksiders Wrath of War, it's that a post-apocalyptic world does not have to be brown and ugly.
No, it can look really cool.
And this one was gorgeous. This game is gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, it could come out and be a total stinker. Who knows? But it certainly looked cool, and it was nice to see something new, and nice to see them spend a little time with it too.
Yeah, and they showed some gameplay of it, which made me happy. Like,
it looked awesome too.
Yeah, it did. Then they showed Dreams. I didn't really know what to make of Dreams. It's the new thing from Media Molecule.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I love the endless creativity that Media Molecule seems to push out. I mean, Little Big Planet is one of the most creative and fun and awesome platformers I have played in like a decade. I love it.
Yeah, I hope it's cool. It looked interesting.
Yeah, it captured my interest, but I kept going, what am I watching? I don't know what I'm watching. You know?
Yeah.
So I find it difficult to find things to say about it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm anxious to learn a little bit more about it, so.
Yeah, so am I. They had Call of Duty on their stage.
They had Call of Duty, it looked like Call of Duty, and then there were other games.
Yeah, which obviously I think that's kind of a big deal for Sony to have, because Call of Duty still sells really, really well. So I think having the exclusive downloadable content, whatnot, for that is kind of big for them.
It is. I was kind of hoping instead of the spot that Call of Duty got, it would have been for the new Assassin's Creed. You know,
I was hoping
gameplay.
for Ratchet.
Ratchet would have been nice too, but I know like the past few years Sony's had like a little bit longer of a gameplay demo for Assassin's Creed, and there was nothing. Even Ubisoft didn't have a gameplay demo on their stage.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising. Although we'll get to Ubisoft eventually, but they had a good conference for a change.
Yeah, Sony showed Street Fighter V, which
Has
to be
Cammy coming back.
To be honest, it was, you know, I played old Street Fighter like crazy. I mean, I played it every single day, but for some reason, just seeing this one, I didn't really care.
Yeah, they announced Cammy coming back, and what was the other character? I don't remember. Someone I didn't recognize.
Birdie?
Oh, yeah, Birdie. Okay.
Birdie.
I didn't recognize Birdie. I don't know what game Birdie's from.
No, I don't know, man. Like, I was pretty pumped on the new Mortal Kombat game when that came out, and that's awesome, but for some reason, the Street Fighter one just didn't do it for me. I was kind of like, I think I'm just kind of done with those.
Yeah, it looks very similar to Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going against it. Is it looks very similar to Street Fighter 4. They showed... Oh, you want to talk about the two other big bombshells?
Before we... Yeah. I know the one... I know they did show... I don't remember if it was before or after, but the one my name of the show was No Man's Sky. Like, fucking hell, dude.
No Man's Sky looks amazing. It really looks amazing, and I'm pumped for that game.
I have watched that gameplay demo over and over and over again. Just to get that game in my hands. Like, I'm counting. They haven't announced the release, and I'm already counting the seconds in my head. Like, I seriously can't wait.
Neither can I, man. It looks fantastic. And I love the design, the design of the world. The art style is just awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. The ships look cool. I mean, space, you know.
The ships remind me of X-Wings, and anything that reminds me of X-Wings is win fucking win.
Right, and apparently there's going to be a lot of different kinds of ships you can get, you know, and flying down through the atmosphere of the planet, and the fact that, you know, we could both be playing the game at the exact same time, and we would never see each other, you know.
Yeah, it just tells you how big the universe this game exists.
Well, yeah, I guess they said it's never ending, you know. It just creates and creates and creates, which, to me, it's just fascinating, you know. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board for that one. They dropped a massive bombshell that instantly won the conference in the mind of most of the internet.
Me.
And
yeah.
That was Final Fantasy VII is being remade.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, if I'm ranking the Final Fantasy games, there are 6 or 7 of them that I would rank above 7.
I loved 7. I mean, I haven't played that game in God knows how long. Oh, man. And, the fact that, you know, I don't know, it's just one of those games that it had its problems, but I genuinely loved, and so for them to be remaking it after, and even if you're not a fan of that game, it's just all the years and the rumors and the fans just wanting this to happen. Like, God,
yeah, there have been rumors about it since Sony showed that demo off at E3. What was it, 2005?
Yeah, it's like people have wanted this so bad, and the fact that they're doing it, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, but I personally, I can't bring myself to be that excited about it because it's nowhere near one of my favorites. If they had said we're going to remake 5 or 6 or 9 or 12, I'd be all over that shit. But
I was reading, I don't know if it was on IGN, but they were saying that, because of this, they want to remake some more of them now. The producer of it. So I think that would be awesome if they released, remade or released more of them. Those games are so fantastic. I would play them again. Obviously, I'm really excited for it. I can't hide my excitement for the game. It wasn't my favorite Bombshell announcement, but I am extremely excited.
We're going to talk about that Bombshell next.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This to me, I'm not going to lie. I'm dead fucking serious. Ask my fiance, I got up and I fucking fist pumped because I was so fucking excited.
Dude,
I'm that guy they showed in the crowd, right? It was holy fucking shit.
Yeah. You and me both, dude. I was so... they announced a Kickstarter.
Yep.
Saying, if this Kickstarter is successful, Shenmue 3 is going to happen.
So, not only was it successful, but it broke many records on its way to being extremely successful.
They got $2 million in 9 hours.
Yeah. Sony are funding the rest of the project and backing it and hand-picking a team to work with them on it.
Which is really cool. That means it's going to be an exclusive. It's going to be an exclusive to PC and the PlayStation 4.
Exactly. It's crazy if you think about it. The first Shenmue came out on the Dreamcast. I played it, and it was my favorite game that I have ever played up until Knights of the Old Republic. And this is from a guy who's been playing since the Atari.
Yeah.
Because I've never been so immersed in a world and a story than I was in that game. Then Shenmue 2 came out on the Xbox, the original Xbox.
It was it was finished in Japan, and they canceled they ended the Dreamcast life cycle here in the United States shortly before it was supposed to be released, and we were all like, no! And then they put it on the Xbox.
They put it on the Xbox, and I got it, and it was just, I was in love with it. It's just amazing. And in that game, the fact that, I was watching a pre-show of E3, and they were saying, what's Sony going to do? Because, some of these guys came out swinging. Microsoft was games, and they're like, Sony usually does a couple things that you never expect. And one guy laughed. He's like, oh, maybe this year's Shenmue 3, and then everybody laughed. Haha, yeah, right. And in my head, I was like, God, that'd be a dream come true for me. Just, I couldn't even put into words how much I love that game. And when they announced it, I didn't even pay attention at first that it was a Kickstarter project. That didn't even sink in. But I think they knew that the chances of, it hitting was pretty damn good.
Yeah, brilliant move on Yu Suzuki's part, because you go on Sony's stage where millions of gamers are paying attention because it's the E3 press conference. This is the most watched, E3 is the most watched gamer thing in the fucking world. And you say, I want money to make my game.
Yeah, and we all know that a game of what he's going to do, what Sony are wanting, is going to cost a hell of a lot more than $2 million. That's pretty much Sony saying, prove to us you want this game. Yeah,
and boy did they prove it, because it got $2 million in 9 hours.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ, man.
It's setting up 3.1 or 3.1 right now.
Yeah, and you can rest assured Sony's going to put a considerable amount of money into it. That game, it's going to be something.
It's going to be something special, and I am so pumped for this, dude. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine this would happen.
No, this was. I'm trying to even think of what entertainment urban legend to equate it to. The fact that they announced Shenmue 3. In video game world, that's huge.
Yeah. The last one was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
God, it's been 14 years. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, one, it makes me feel old as shit, which I am. But it's just
I'm 30, dude.
Yeah, I'm over the hump, for them to announce that. That's just they could have ended the fucking show right there, and I'd have been perfectly happy.
But they didn't. They showed more stuff after that. They showed Batman.
Which I will be getting in, 2 weeks?
Yeah, they're this game's like 3 weeks away, and here it is, you know?
And they showed the exclusive with the Scarecrow Nightmare mission. It's like a first-person, incredibly cool-looking thing. I mean, that looked awesome.
Yeah. I was amazed at the level of detail in that trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Gameplay. I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be something, man. I could not be more excited. Right now, I'm deep in The Witcher 3, loving the shit out of that. But
God, I want to play that so bad.
Oh, it's so good. But once Batman comes out, I mean, I'm gonna be nonstop. I can't wait.
Yeah. Let's see, what else did they announce?
They showed Destiny expansion, which is bigger than a normal expansion. The Taken King looked really cool. I love Destiny.
I haven't played Destiny.
Destiny's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
It looks really, really cool. The Taken King, that's coming first to Sony, or is it coming exclusive to Sony?
It's not exclusive. I think first, though it might be first.
Okay.
I don't want to say for sure.
But yeah, that was cool. They showed off a fairly extensive gameplay demo of Uncharted 4, and it didn't start off well, and I think people were probably just going, haha, see, Sony's show sucks, see, they screwed up with the demo of Uncharted 4.
They didn't charge a controller.
Yeah, something happened and they couldn't get the damn thing to work at first.
Yeah.
But once they did, my God, what an impressive demo.
Yeah, I was like, my jaw was on the floor the whole time watching that. It's incredible.
The amount of shit going on screen, and 60 frames per second, and absolutely gorgeous, like most beautiful game you've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
and
it's stunning, and the fact that they were showing driving, and the driving mechanics look amazing.
Yeah, this looked really, really impressive. I was blown away by how good this game looked.
I couldn't help but notice too that it didn't look like. I think, what was it, the last Uncharted? There might have been a short driving, mission, something where you're in a car, and it was very straightforward,
Yeah. The last one, Uncharted 3, is a good game. It doesn't quite live up to 2, but what the fuck does?
I don't know, man. I love the whole series. I don't even know if I could
You
rank.
and me both.
So, obviously, that was my big, Sony thing going into the conference that I was looking forward to, and you knew they were going to do it. They had to show. There was a couple things that I was hoping and thought they would show that they didn't. It left me disappointed. But
yeah, Ratchet
and Clank. I was hoping for a Gran Turismo 6. I was sitting there just hoping they would show it, and then a new God of War for PS4. I was really wanting.
Yeah,
which I know they're working on, but
yeah, they are working on it. They just didn't show. But they didn't need to, because they dropped 3 bombshells at this that won them the whole E3. That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, and the big surprises they had, and then the Uncharted gameplay looking exactly like it looked was insane. And then I guess they have a longer demo that they showed off behind closed doors. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with. And apparently, this is a general consensus. Nintendo's showing kind of sucked.
Right, and before we jump on Nintendo, I do want to mention real quick, because they actually did show some Assassin's Creed. I forgot. They showed the female protagonist.
Oh yeah, she looked badass.
Right, she looked cool, and they showed Battlefront gameplay, which
is gorgeous.
It's that game. It's like everything I could ever hope for it would be. So.
Yeah, I was impressed. I had forgotten that they showed Battlefront gameplay.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
There's been so much since E3, trying to remember everything has been.
Yeah. Nintendo disappointed me with their showing. And they started off so strong, too.
Yeah,
the puppets were kind of cool and kind of funny.
Yeah, and they were Jim Henson Studio puppets. They went all out on that. I think they went all out on that more so than they did their actual conference.
And then they started off really, really strong by showing off Star Fox.
Yes. It looks incredible.
And they did this whole skit leading up to it where Miyamoto, Iwata, and Reggie Fils-Aimé all turned into Fox, Peppy, and Falco.
Right.
And I was like, I made a joke about that. I was like, and now we're going to get all the furries in the world saying that Nintendo are furries now.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks awesome.
It does. I was way impressed with this. There were people complaining about the graphics. I'm like, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Don't expect this to look like a PlayStation 4 game. You're running on a processor with 5 less cores.
And the fact that Star Fox was never meant to look like one of those games. It's supposed to look like a fucking Nintendo game, because it is.
And it's gorgeous, it's bright, it's colorful. It reminds me a shit pot full of Star Fox 64, which is an amazing game.
One of my all-time favorite games, yeah.
And it brings back the Walker from Star Fox 2 that was never released.
Right.
It's so cool.
I loved every second of it. My only concern now is that when does it come out? You know?
Yeah. The one thing, and this is like minor, incredibly minor nitpicking, I was like, oh man, Slippy, you couldn't just replace her with Crystal because Crystal's less lame than Slippy.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be in there, you know.
That was just me nitpicking and joking, really.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. When it comes out, who the fuck knows?
And after that, they spent a lot of this press conference just talking about games and talking.
Well, they're doing that thing now where they have the developers talk about their motivations behind the game and the reasoning, and it's cool to see. But I would rather that be released after E3, you know?
Yeah, show me gameplay.
I want
to see here.
I'll happily watch that on my own terms, but I don't want to see that at E3. At E3, I want to be blown away. I want to be looking forward to something, you know, Star Fox. Like, holy shit, when the fuck does this come out? You know, I've had this.
Star Fox was the only thing they showed that blew me away.
Right, and they didn't show Zelda. They didn't show a Wii U Metroid.
They did show a Metroid, and I could not have been more disappointed by it.
Yeah, that was like a swift kick right in the nuts.
Yeah. Did anything that they showed in that Metroid Prime, whatever it was called, Federation Nuts, look like Metroid to you?
No. It's like when they tried to turn Metroid into that fucking action game. What the fuck was that Metroid game that came out that was so goddamn bad? That's how bad it was.
Other M?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, you're just...
At least that looked like Metroid. This didn't even look like Metroid. This looked like you're developing some other game, and you slap the Metroid name on it to sell it.
It's like they're just purposely trying to ruin it. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Metroid is probably my favorite Nintendo franchise, too.
It's up there with me. I mean, it's obviously a classic. You know, I love the series of death. You know, it's definitely up there. I don't understand what Nintendo's doing. Now everyone knows that they're working on the next console, which is codenamed the NX. Which, well, that's, you know,
we'll do a podcast talking about what the fuck Nintendo needs to do in the future. That is coming. We promise. We'll talk about two things: PlayStation 2 memories because it turned 15, and the Nintendo and what they need to do.
Yeah, that's the next,
digging a hole.
That's the next podcast we're going to record very, very soon.
And I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
I'm actually writing notes on that. I have a lot to say. But this Nintendo conference was, I mean, it was, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of sad. Yeah, it sucked. It really did. Like, after Star Fox, it just sucked. They could have had a booth on the floor and announced Star Fox, and that could have been it. Yeah. You know, we didn't, excuse me, I think there was a Mario Maker. Yeah, Mario Maker, which they showed last year. The Yoshi's Woolly World, which they showed last year. Yeah, they showed that last year, and then that's the thing, is like these things are just not coming out. Yeah, they didn't show Zelda. Yeah, and that's the one thing that everybody wanted the most from their conference was show Zelda on Wii U. You know, give us that, hey, this is coming out, and look at it. You know, when they showed that last year, that small preview, I was like, oh my god. Oh, yeah, I was all about open world. Like,
You want to take Skyrim and Zelda and mash them together? I'm all about that.
Yeah, do it, absolutely. And then to this year come out and say, well, we're not even going to fucking show it to you, so thank you. Thanks for that, Nintendo. And I wore my Nintendo shirt yesterday. It's like, I love Nintendo, but this conference was just...
Yeah, my wallet is an NES controller-shaped wallet.
Yeah, I grew up on them. You know, I bought a Wii U. I'm leaning my head around my computer and I'm looking at it, but give me a reason to fucking use it.
Yeah, and they don't.
No, it's sad because it's a fantastic system. It really is.
Yeah, they just released whatever the Squid Game.
Yeah,
it looks kind of cool. It looks like something that I will play in 30-minute spurts, get bored of, and move on, and then go back to it and play it for another 30 minutes, get bored of it, move on.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Smash Brothers is amazing. Mario Kart's amazing. Yeah. I don't know, man. To not even show Zelda, it really... I wasn't happy.
I wasn't happy either. And like I said, one thing that they showed excited me. One thing that they showed pissed me the fuck off, and that was Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid. I mean, that was a slap in the face to a Metroid. You know, we're going to this... Don't show that at your conference, because no one wanted to see that. I can guarantee you that's not going to sell any 3DSs.
Yeah. Have you seen the like and dislike bar on the trailer, official Nintendo trailer for it?
No, I'm YouTube. I'm sure it's hilarious though.
It looks like a Sith lightsaber.
Yeah.
And I don't blame people for making it look like a Sith lightsaber. I was pissed off too. What I don't get though is the petition that say, don't cancel this game. Okay, why don't these developers deserve to put their game out? What have they, it's not what I expected. I'm severely disappointed and I'm upset by it. Why doesn't it deserve to come out?
Yeah, no, I don't think that it needs to be canceled, because hell, maybe it'll come out and it'll be fun. I'm more of the mind to thinking that this is your E3 show. This, it's 2015. These new games are being released. You still want to be in the fight, in the hunt.
Sony and Microsoft were throwing punches.
Right, and then you're going to announce that as your Metroid game. Don't announce it at E3.
I agree with you.
There's nothing wrong with that game coming out. I hope it's good. I hope, if those guys worked hard on it, I hope it's a good game. Don't announce it now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it just, nothing about it looked like Metroid to me. Let's get on to the other conferences. Bethesda had a great show.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout 4.
And Doom.
Fallout 4. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Doom.
Both of them look phenomenal.
Doom looks awesome.
I was like, dude, I had the same reaction to that I had to Shenmue 3. I was like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if Doom was going to be announced. I actually thought they might announce it during Sony's conference if they didn't at Bethesda's, but it looks awesome. Yeah,
the game, and they showed 13, 14 minutes of gameplay, so they showed a good chunk of this game.
Yeah.
It looks like old school shooters where it's maze-like level design, you get health, you pick up health or you die, you carry all your weapons at once,
It's like that perfect example of give us what we loved about the original. And just update it,
That's exactly what they did, and it looks glorious.
Yeah,
it looks fun as shit.
And I'm going to pre-order it as soon as I can, There's no way I wouldn't get that game. I'm going to play the fucking shit out of it.
Yeah, that and Fallout 4, I'm with you there.
Fallout, it's that game, Elder Scrolls and Fallout are two of my all-time favorite series, and
you and me both.
Both of them, and it's been since New Vegas, since Fallout, so I've been waiting, and I so many rumors that Fallout 4, and I remember even a few months ago, maybe it was longer than that, there was a rumor that they trademarked something with Boston's name in it, and that I'm a humongous Red Sox fan, so that was even more exciting for me that they announced it was Boston. I was so happy.
Fenway Park is in this game.
I know, I saw Fenway in the trailer, and I had a man tear coming down the side of my cheek.
It looks like it's going to be somebody's, like, base of operation based off the giant, like, steel door that was on
Oh,
Fenway
I know.
in it.
I just can't wait to be in there exploring. I mean, my dog was looking at me sitting there, like, misty-eyed. What the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Yeah. Speaking of the dog, Dogmeat looks cool as shit. I love Dogmeat was awesome in the original. He died too easily, and it made me sad.
Right. He looks amazing, and the fact that they announced that none of your companions, including the dog, can die.
Yeah, Dogmeat not dying is huge.
Made me extremely happy.
Yeah, he can get hurt. He can get incapacitated. He can get knocked out in battle. He cannot die.
Well, it's like in Skyrim. I mean, your companions will get knocked out, but they don't die.
Yeah, which is an A+ in my book. I'm happy with that.
That's a really cool move for them, and to announce it early, because so many people, including myself, are wanting that out of the series. That made me really happy. I mean, that game, they announced a November release date, and that was just a shocker. Like, holy shit, it's this year? And
yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
No, I mean, what my hope is that they've had it in development and we're able to keep it unshown for so long that they're actually a lot farther along than people think, and that's kind of what I'm thinking now.
Yeah, I believe that to be true as well. They showed off a lot of new features in this, like you can build your own town. All that junk that you collected in Fallout 2 or Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and everybody collected every single piece of junk that they could find in that game and just piled it up in their house,
Well, I did that, in Skyrim as well, in Fallout, Fallout and Skyrim, both. Skyrim, I downloaded the pack to where you could build the house, and I gathered all the fucking wood and the hay, and I built the rooms, and I collected everything, and I would go to towns and get cups and plates and knives and forks and place them like a fucking jackass every perfect way, and I do that now. I mean, part of that's just being completely absorbed into the game world.
This looks really, really cool, and you can build defenses too to defend your little town that you build up. And, I mean, Fallout looks amazing.
Nothing's going to exist for me for a while when that comes out. Like, it's probably my most looked forward to right now. I mean, I don't that.
And fanboyism, and this is one of the few times that I'll admit that I'm actually a fanboy of something. The one thing I'm more anticipating than that is Doom.
Right, and that's personal taste.
Yeah, the very first game I Let's Played on my YouTube channel was Doom. And I beat it on Ultra Violence, and I killed every single enemy in the game, and I got every single secret.
Yeah,
I know that game.
Both are going to be fantastic.
Yes, they will, and they're my two most anticipated games coming out of this.
I think so. Fallout 4, it's almost on a whole nother level. I mean, it's going to be massive. It's going to be amazing.
What did you think of what the fuck is that? The game that's like Assassin's Creed, but a first-person thing, and you play as Corvo, and it's getting a sequel where you play as Emily. Dishonored 2.
Yeah. I heard a lot of good things about the first one. I didn't play it, though.
I didn't love it as much as a lot of other people did. It was fun, and it kept me entertained enough to beat it, but I didn't love the story nearly as much as other people did.
Yeah, it's got a lot of fans, and it's one of those things, like, it may be more personal taste, personal choice. Hey, if they announce a sequel and people love the first one, then definitely make another one. I would like to play the first one and try it out.
Yeah, I would if you find it for like $20 or something, go right ahead. You'll get plenty of entertainment out of it. But I wasn't blown away by the game personally. But it looks the second one looks pretty cool as well. Like, I think I'll probably wind up liking it about as much as I did the first one. If I find it for $20, I'll play it.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be on sale. Most games, they're coming out now 2 weeks later. Amazon.com has them for $40, so there you go.
They mentioned the Elder Scrolls MMO, and I was like, and I joked about this. I was like, they're mentioning the Elder Scrolls MMO. Are they going to apologize for it?
I don't know. It came out on consoles, and A guy I work with actually sitting next to me at work bought it, and he's obsessed with it.
I was just joking because it had a large backlash when it came out.
Oh yeah, there were so many bugs. I mean, Jesus.
And I'm not an MMO guy, so I don't care.
No, the only one that I would ever play would be the Star Wars one, and they won't.
Old Republic.
Yeah, and it's on the PC, so I can't play it, so I don't really pay attention to it. But I know, like, you know, my friend, he got the Elder Scrolls, and he bought like the $15 a month pack to, like, you level up faster and get some extra cosmetic shit. I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind paying that much money for it, but hey, you know, whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Yeah. They also, the one other thing that they showed off was Hearthstone, Elder Scrolls Edition.
Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone's, it's pretty cool, actually. I have it on my phone, I play it on breaks, it's pretty cool. I'm sure I'll play that. I think, okay.
I mean, it's not literally Hearthstone Elder Scrolls Edition, but that's fucking what it is, you know?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, Hearthstone is a PC version of Magic the Gathering using Blizzard characters.
Right, they released.
And this is a Elder Scrolls version of that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it might be cool, I guess.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. That was really all they had, but when you have the two bombshells of Doom and Fallout 4, you don't need much else.
No, they didn't need anything else. The one thing I wish they would have done is to show maybe a CG trailer from like what the next Elder Scrolls game will even be called. I would have been happy with that.
Yeah.
However,
okay, you want to talk about how much EA blew?
Well, EA was basically, and we really don't have to spend much time on EA at all. It was sports, don't care. And then
more sports, still don't care.
Need for Speed looks awesome, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And then the big one, Star Wars, which is going to be amazing.
3 or 4 times throughout this conference, they kept saying, "We promise, Star Wars is coming, so keep paying attention."
Yeah, it's like, hey, we have to do this because they pay us so much fucking money. So
I get that they have to show off the sports games, but I think they focus way too much on them.
Totally understandable. There's people that buy the systems, and it's only games they're going to play are sports games. They won't play a single other game. I know this because I sold those systems to those douchebags with those games, and I wanted to fucking choke them to death each time. However, they do exist.
Yeah, I know they exist, and I know there are a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
and I don't get it. I like. You want to show me You want to show me Blitz? I'll be excited for Blitz. You know.
I did like Blitz. I like the last one where you could like do steroids and shit. That was hilarious.
And you want to show me what the fuck is the Jam? I'll be excited for Jam.
Oh, NBA Jam.
I don't even like basketball. I'll be excited for Jam.
I hate basketball. I hate it so much that oh god, I don't even want to get onto a rant because I'll go on all night. But I live in Akron, Ohio, and the Cavs lost the finals, and I'm fucking happy about it because I hate them.
Yeah,
fuck them. Fuck that douchebag guy that plays for him that everybody loves. But anyway.
Yeah. What they're that just goes to show that a great player can get you there. He cannot win it all.
No, the last time I gave a shit about basketball was when Michael Jordan was playing with Bugs Bunny. So there you go.
There you go. Like and past that and Jam, I don't give a shit about basketball either.
No. So Star Wars.
You know what I thought was weird was they bring out Pele. And I barely know who Pele is, but I know enough about him to know that he's like the Wayne Gretzky of soccer.
Yeah, I know who Pele is.
And they sit down there and they interview Pele for like 5 minutes, and he doesn't say a single thing about the FIFA game.
Right.
What a waste.
Their conference. It should have just been Star Wars. Oh.
Yeah, they did. When they finally showed off the Star Wars gameplay, I finally woke the fuck up.
Oh, man, it looks incredible, right?
It does. It really does. And I'm not sure who had the worst conference, them or Square, and we'll get to Square and why it sucked too, but... And Square showed some good things, and the conference as a whole still kind of sucked.
I didn't watch their entire... I actually watched just the trailers. I didn't feel like it was something I needed to sit down and watch.
you're not missing out.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, Need for Speed, Star Wars. That's all we got out of this conference.
Yep. Star Wars looks amazing. Can't wait.
Need for Speed looks cool.
Really cool.
Ubisoft had a good conference.
It did. Yeah.
There was one point where it dragged, and that was when they brought... What the fuck is that douchebag that did that Wiggle Wiggle song? They brought him out.
I don't know. I'm sure he's someone young people know. I don't know. No idea.
I don't fucking know. But they brought him out to announce Just Dance, and that was the only time that the show really dragged.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft, what they showed, Rainbow Six Siege looks awesome. I can't wait to play that. I signed up for the beta. I'm hoping to get it.
And the new Ghost Recon looks great.
The new Ghost Recon. Oh my god, to be honest, I was watching it and I was like, is this like a newer, different, like a Far Cry side game? Like,
I thought it was Far Cry as well.
Did you? Yeah, that's what I was thinking watching. I thought maybe this is like, something different with the, put the Far Cry name slapped on it.
Speaking of Far Cry, I want them to do Blood Dragon 2.
Yeah, I still need to play it.
Dude, you will love Blood Dragon because I know you love 80s action movies and first-person shooters.
Also, speaking of Far Cry, anyone that's listened to this, you can get Far Cry 4 for like $20 now. Fucking do it.
I don't have 4. I've got 2 and 3, and both. I like both of those.
No, three's great.
Let's see. They didn't show off any Far Cry.
No, I mean, Far Cry 4 just came out, and it didn't really take off like Part 3 did.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. I think ending with Ghost Recon was extremely cool. It looked awesome. I mean...
Yeah, they showed off some, the Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah. Can't wait. I'm extremely excited. It finally looks like the step forward that the series needed.
Yeah, I noticed that they finally fucking updated the Assassin's uniform to fit with the time period that it's in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that they kind of like, not every assassin needs to look the same type deal.
Yeah, if they're finally realizing that, thank God, because in the past Assassin's Creed games, I've been walking around like, my character stands out like a sore thumb, and this is supposed to be a stealth game.
He's sitting on a bench, but he has 18 weapons hanging off of him. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But yeah, they had a good show. Aisha Tyler was pretty good as the host.
She's good. I mean, they need to keep her here every year. She always acts really enthused about it. I think she actually does.
She is enthused.
Yeah, she does.
She plays video games.
Yeah.
She also plays Lana Kane.
Yeah. They had a really good show. I mean, actually, I think my favorite for them was Ghost Recon. I thought that was just killer looking. Looked really fun. The different ways to tackle the missions, the world. I mean, it looks like it's an insanely huge world. Holy shit!
I was kind of hoping for a new Rayman, and I didn't get it.
I know, that last Rayman game was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think it sold well though, which is sad.
They usually they never really sell great, but.
Which is kind of sad because there have been a lot of very... did you know Rayman started off as an exclusive to the Atari Jaguar?
I know, because I had a Jaguar and I had Rayman.
You and nobody else back then had a Jaguar and Rayman.
I've had, I think, just damn near every system. I try to get them all because I'm insane, but
yeah. You and me both, dude. I have a Jag. I need to get Rayman for it at some point.
Yeah, it's really good. It's fun.
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping for that. They didn't show that, but I wasn't disappointed by this conference, and I wasn't like, okay, this is awkward and stupid and painful at any point.
No, they did exactly what I wanted them to. Last year, they ended with Rainbow Six Siege. I'm sorry, and I love the Rainbow Six series, so that looked awesome. And then this year, they show more of it.
And they announced that you're going to get on the PlayStation 4, if you buy Siege, you'll get the updated version or upgraded versions of Vegas 1 and 2.
That's awesome because those are great games.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
And I mean that's incredible. And then the fact that they ended with a brand new Ghost Recon, which just looked awesome. I mean, they had a really strong show.
Yeah. Square Enix.
Yep.
They showed cool stuff.
They were a one. Did they even show Final Fantasy 15?
No, they didn't. Surprisingly.
Yeah. Well, fuck them for that. Because goddamn it. But they did. They showed me Kingdom Hearts, and like I think we texted about this. You're not that
I'm
big.
not the
fan.
biggest. I like Chain of Memories.
But I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 fan, a huge fan. So for me, that was Square was a one trick pony this year. I mean, they didn't show my Final Fantasy, which I wanted to see, but they did show me Kingdom Hearts. So I left happy with that. But the rest of the show, was like, oh, what the fuck ever.
They kind of showed Final Fantasy VII, and they kind of showed that new Worlds of Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah.
But both times it was the exact same trailer that they showed on Sony's stage. So I'm like, I saw this yesterday. Why am I watching this again?
Yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be cool. I'm still excited, but show me Final Fantasy 15. Show me more of it. Tell me.
In a move that came out of nowhere, they announced a new Nier.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw when the director came out and talked about the game.
No.
Okay. This is terrifying. Here. Click this link. This is what he looked like.
What's this guy? What is this? Jesus Christ.
Is that terrifying?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. He went out there with this mask on and talked through it the entire time.
Alright, well, he's trying to scar little kids, I guess. I mean, it looks like something Michael Jackson would wear.
Yeah. They showed off some other really cool things, but most of what they did throughout this press conference was talk about games instead of showing gameplay of games.
Yeah. I mean...
And if you're doing a press conference, that shit drags and gets boring fast.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Kingdom Hearts looks great, gameplay looks awesome, so tell me when the fuck it comes out instead of just saying, yeah, one of these days.
They showed Just Cause 3, which looks amazing.
It does look fun, yeah. They never really got into that series, but it looked fun. I'll probably get it.
They showed the new Deus Ex, which looks just stunning.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then the internet got pissed off because they said the phrase mechanical apartheid.
Right.
And people got offended that the word apartheid was mentioned, and I was like, you guys are a bunch of pussies. You know?
Yeah, internet,
I thought it was cool that they're doing this whole apartheid, like parallel real-world apartheid, because it's a topic worth discussing, it's a topic worth knowing about, and they're raising awareness by doing it. Just like District 9 did.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's games being mature, and that is cool.
The last Deus Ex game was pretty fun. I haven't beat it. I haven't. Should actually play that one. It's fun, but yeah, the new one should be cool.
What else did they show? They announced a new Star Ocean.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
Which I'm pretty excited about, honestly.
Yeah, hopefully it's cool. I mean, I didn't even really did that. I must not have saw that part.
Yeah, it was really cool, though.
I think I saw it. I was late. I was tired. Or I was tired. Late, which is now.
Yeah. But their conference as a whole fucking sucked. Because they probably spent 70% of their time on stage with developers talking instead of showing gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, unnecessary, pretty much. This is why they didn't have a conference last year. They shouldn't have.
Yeah. And, take notes from Sony and Microsoft this year on how to do a proper conference and come back next year and do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like good show chaps, try it again. There's always next year.
Yeah. So this was not a fun conference to watch. I kept finding myself getting distracted because I was bored.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't even notice the Star Ocean one, because I just stopped giving a fuck. But yeah.
But yeah, they announced a new Star Ocean. That sounds awesome. They showed off gameplay of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a big fan of the series. I mean, I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and Chain of Memories, and the only one that I really, really liked was Chain of Memories.
Love them. Can't wait.
What did you think of Chain of Memories?
Excuse me. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
See, what I liked about it was it added depth and strategy and challenge to the combat. That's why I liked it so much.
I mean, honestly, for me, like that game, the combat could be running around slapping people in the face with dildos, and I would still play the shit out of it just because of that world I love so much.
Which you can actually do in Saints Row.
Yeah, right.
You run around butt-ass naked and slap people with a giant purple dildo.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much E3, you know.
Yeah, I didn't watch the PC conference, so that's all we got.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously they're showing, it's going on, was another day or two.
Yeah.
And, they're probably announcing some other games and show a lot of gameplay, so I'm trying to, check out trailers in between working.
Yeah. I'm doing the same thing, like working on things for my dad, the company my dad and I are doing together, and then watching more stuff from E3 and going back and forth, and while trying to fit in time with my PlayStation 4 that I just got.
Right, yeah, once we wrap this up before I take off here and ask you about it, but...
Yeah, okay, yeah. Which I was going to do now. Okay, I was going to ask one final thing. Who do you think had the best conference?
This is a tricky question, and I'm going to explain why. Because I think how to word this properly. I think Microsoft had the best conference, but I think Sony won E3.
Yeah, that's what everybody's calling Sony won E3 this year, you know?
But I think in terms of just solid games, I thought Microsoft had the stronger showing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's very tough, to go back and forth. It's obviously between those two. I mean, it's not even fucking close.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't even compare to what the other two did. They have one thing that I was excited about.
I mean, Ubisoft is up there, but let's be honest, it's not Sony or Microsoft. Their games are coming out on those systems. So, it's between Sony and Microsoft. And I thought Microsoft had a stronger game showing, but I thought Sony had the bigger
announcements,
press, the bigger hype. The bombshells, like Shenmue 3. Like, well, how about this? It's crazy. It's just nuts.
Shenmue 3 and The Last Guardian were the deciding factor for me. Really.
Right. I mean,
that won it.
They were both two of the best E3 conferences I've seen in a long time. I thought they were great.
Yeah. And last year's Sony conference was a hard act to follow, and I'm like, okay, what are they going to do this year to try to top that?
I mean, I'm really impressed with both of them. I thought Microsoft was fantastic. It really gave me more faith in them, that they're committed to games, which I said I don't play favorites at all. I love both systems. I play both all the time, so I do think they had a little bit stronger game showing, but that's just me. I mean, going back and watching them, I may think, oh well, maybe Sony had a little bit stronger, but I think Sony won E3. It's just I think Microsoft had a little bit stronger of a game show.
Yeah, my pick goes to Sony.
Yeah,
and
they won E3. I think they definitely won it. Obviously, the more talk is going towards them at the moment. I think that, and then it was a great show. I think my game. What's your game of the year? 'Cause I think I know mine. Or game of E3.
Doom.
You going with Doom? I think I'm gonna go with No Man's Sky.
Very good pick. Would probably be top 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah, I think that one, just because it's just so innovative, and I'm so excited to learn about it as I'm playing it. But obviously, I mean, the other games, Fallout, Doom, and Shenmue, Jesus Christ. I mean, Uncharted 4, you fucking kid. Like, it looks amazing. So there's so many, but I think I'm going to pick kind of a little bit of the underdog, and I'm going with No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I don't think pretty much anybody else is picking Doom. Like, I think the general reaction was, holy shit, Doom looks amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not Fallout.
Right.
I think that's people's general reaction.
Right, and like, I mean, and that's perfectly fine. Life is all that matters. Like, it's all about personal choice. I'm getting really tired here, but I love Fallout, so I'm probably a little more excited about that than I am Doom. But I have so many gaming memories of Doom that to sit and play that new one's going to be an incredible experience. I can't wait for.
Yeah, I absolutely love both series. I mean, I don't know if you watched my top 10 games of the 7th generation that I did on my YouTube channel, but both Doom 3, BFG Edition, and Fallout 3 were on that list. Skyrim was too.
Yeah, well, Skyrim's in a whole nother level.
I don't remember which I put first, Fallout 3 or Skyrim. They're both godlike.
Skyrim.
I don't remember which one I put first. Anyway, yeah, we need to wrap this up. It's been going on for more than an hour. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this edition of Press the Action Button podcast. We'll get back at you guys real soon when we talk about what Nintendo needs to do to unfuck themselves and 15 years of PlayStation 2.
Yep.
And that will be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. Until then, thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks, everybody, and goodbye.
Yeah, good stuff. Good show.